What's happening, guys? Today is another video down here in Florida, and what we're doing right now is we're doing more boat stuff. Okay, so I really want this thing to be like okay so that I can take it across the big lake in the front over there. So what I'm doing here is, in the last video we had that big hole in the bottom here. I still haven't fixed that, and I wanted to take it out on the water again today. So we took it out and we were out there for probably 5 minutes, and the thing like almost sunk us into the water. So I am going to spray water into this side and get all the dirt and junk out of this one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it sit outside, dry up again. And then I'm going to have Tommy are going to try to figure out how we can patch this side up over here. So it's not that far in there, but as you guys can see, there's a bunch of dirt and junk in there. You can't really see it there. I'll see how there's that little white spot. That's actually where the water is coming in on the bottom there. So we're going to go ahead and move this stuff around and try to get as much of this out as we can, and then just see what else we could do, man. We're gonna try to get this thing seaworthy. Pretty much you just take the hose and you just shove her on in there. Starts coming out on the bottom right there a little bit. Starts coming out on the bottom, and then eventually just kind of turn it off and pull it out, and then it's just gonna drain all the dirt out of it. So we're just gonna keep going with that, and that's it. See how it's already coming out clearish? So we're gonna get all of this out. It'll be out in a couple minutes. You laughing at my boat?
Yeah.
Okay. This is like days later from when I started the video, but we have the boat here. It's flipped over now, and Jack's doing something with his tractor over there. But what we got going on here is you can see the hole now very clearly. Got a small one here, this one here, and then it looks like it's seeping in right there. So what I'm going to do is when Tommy comes over to help me patch this up, we're going to go ahead and like put some stuff over this and just kind of lay it over it nice and smooth. This is our patch right here. So this is just another piece of oil jug or whatever. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing that we did over there, and we're going to clean it up, and then we're going to sand this. So we're going to sand all this with like 80 grit, and then we're going to sand this with 80 grit too. Tommy's going to come over, we're going to patch it all up, and then when he puts the stuff on the outside, I'll wipe it all over the rest of it. And then we'll do a little bit down here, and then it should be able to hold water for a long time then. Up in the front up here, this is something that is a big problem too right here. So obviously you can see that this is all cracked up here. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put a nut and a bolt through the front right here, and then I'm going to just tighten it up kind of tight, give it a little bit of room so that it can still flex around. But then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to take RTV. I'm not going to use the stuff that we're going to use on the back because that stuff's really expensive and I don't want Tommy to waste a bunch of it. But I'm just going to take RTV and I'm just going to smear it all over the front here, down the side a little bit here. Same thing on this side. This side's very defined and it goes down pretty far when you pick it up. So we're just going to go ahead and make it pretty solid so that when you go to pick it up, it's not going to move around. So we got two things to do. We're going to drill a hole, put a nut and a bolt, put some RTV on this, and then we're going to go ahead and do the back. But we're going to do the back first. Let's go ahead and sand that up. So now this is pretty much all sanded up. I have to probably maybe clean it a little bit more. I sanded right there and over to there. And then down here, I got a screw ready for a gauge size to see if it'll go through. I probably will actually need bigger ones than this. I think I'm going to need longer ones. But I got this right here. I got a drill bit. We're going to drill that out. I'm going to need to get washers and stuff to go on this side and on the other side to really support it so that it won't just crack it even more and break and put a hole in it. So we're going to go do that. But I'm going to go to AutoZone right now and go get the caulk that I need to fill this all in. And yeah, we'll be back. And I got to sand up this little thing right here. So I have to sand this too down with some sandpaper so that it'll all stick to it nicely, because this is it's not porous. So we got to make it porous and sand it all down. And then we'll be able to stick this to that and it'll work properly. So let's go ahead and go to AutoZone. We're back from AutoZone. We got some RTV right here, black RTV. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take it and we're gonna shove it into there, smear it all around there. And we got our nut and bolt right here. And then we're gonna do it over there too. Let's go ahead and start doing this. I probably should clean this thing, so I'm probably gonna prep it up a little bit, spray it down. Not spray it down, but get a towel with some brake cleaner on it and clean it off a little bit so that it actually sticks to everything. And we're just gonna go ahead and seal her on up. This is what it kind of looks like at the end here. You can kind of see the little ridge right there. That's what oozed out. But I went way past on either side of all of this. I'm gonna let it sit outside tonight. It's gonna bake in the sun tomorrow. It's gonna get nice and hard. On the bottom, we put a washer and a bolt there too. There's a washer and a bolt right there. We're gonna go ahead and do that on this side right here. We're gonna stand up our patch. We're gonna go get Tommy, and he's gonna come over, and we're gonna finish this up. And then it's pretty much just waiting for it to dry and everything. And while I'll give you guys a little teaser and something that I'm gonna post later. We're gonna go ahead and do that right after we're done with this. Okay guys, so now both sides are done. This side has a lot more RTV on it than that side. I did that side a little bit better. I kind of like filled it into the crack, and then I kind of like smeared it around what was excess, and then I kind of put another layer over it. This side I kind of just like went for it and just said screw it. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back here. We're gonna keep looking at this thing. The job that they did on this thing before is not the greatest. The fiberglass job that they did on this thing last time was not the greatest, but it was working for them for a while. So now what we gotta do is we gotta fix this little bit back here. I think what Tommy's gonna do is he's gonna fill in the hole first, then we're gonna fill in this hole, then we're gonna put some stuff around it, then we're gonna put the patch over it, and then we're gonna put stuff over the patch. Let's go ahead and sand up my patch now, and then we'll go ahead and grab Tommy. While we're waiting for Tommy, he's over at his shop doing something real quick. I got this exhaust for the Miata. This is a Raceland header with some like no-name brand cat delete pipe down underneath down there. So this stuff is for the Miata. We got some other stuff in there that we got to put on. I have to get injectors and an ECU for it still, but this will allow us so that we can actually put the exhaust fully together now. So we're gonna go ahead and do that in another video. This is all boat stuff today. We're gonna show you what we're doing back here. Tommy's got to put that piece on. Once he puts that piece on, we got to let it dry overnight. And then tomorrow morning, I should be able to drop that thing in the water and see what I could do with it. It should float tomorrow. I got to get the rudder for it, figure out how I can do that tomorrow too. But other than that, guys, we're gonna just keep putting along with the boat and see what we can do. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut it because I keep saying We got Tommy over here.
Who?
Tommy.
Who's that?
You.
I have hair. Oh yeah.
The right
painter.
Yeah, the painter Tommy.
Yeah.
Okay. He's got this caulk thing.
Yeah. So this is a 1-part urethane, and we're gonna put it on here. And it's only because if I do the 2-part, it's gonna get super hard. And if we have a problem, we're chasing a pinhole leak. So with this, it's softer. It hardens enough to not cause an issue. On top of that, the inners will stay moist. So that way, if we have to move around, we can later.
Yeah, and that's what's on here already. So that's what this is. We got the patch here, like I said earlier. We sanded this up. We sanded up this. The patch doesn't reach all the way to our secondary spot right there that we need to go, but this is like what we got to do right here. So Tommy's gonna probably get, what are you gonna just wing it?
Well, I'm gonna wing it, but I'm gonna do this one first.
Okay.
And use this to spread.
Okay.
That way we get some on the inside of this, then I'll cover this and then cover that, and I'll fill the hole and slap it.
Yeah, okay.
That's where we're gonna go.
Okay. Okay, so now that's pretty sealed right there.
Yeah, it looks pretty sealed. You want me to do a little to the cuts right here?
Let me see.
I think we're good. Let me turn the light on for you. Let's see what the light looks like. Oh yeah, we're good.
Yeah, maybe you just go like this a little
I'll
bit.
put a little more.
There's some on there already.
I know, but you know, I'm not very liberal.
There we go. Now Tommy's gonna fill in the hole, I believe, and then we're gonna put a little bit on this, which is already some on this.
Yeah, I'll fill that and then we'll slap it together.
And we're gonna put it together there.
All right, now you want to spread this one, you said?
Yeah. So this one here, guys, goes pretty far onto the back, so I want to kind of just smear it down on the back into the crack as best as I can. Kind of pull it onto the back.
Ready? Drop a bead there.
Okay, so we do have to put this thing right here back on, which is up, it's right here in this cup. So we're gonna really try to smooth this out because
I put it and then we'll put it on.
Yeah.
Just put it on now. You know what I mean?
There.
As a matter of fact, I'll make a thicker bead so when we put it on, it causes a gasket.
Well, this thing kind of needs to come off if I ever need to change it or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah. And then we'll kind of just...
A little bit right there in the middle, sir.
Right there.
Ready to do it? it now?
Yeah, whatever you think is good. There you go.
And you want to go edge to edge, causing it to seal. So when we push down, it's going to cause like a seal, a lock.
Yeah.
So basically, when he pushes that down, that'll all intertwine as a lock.
Okay.
And it did a little.
Okay. So now, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this over the side and kind of gauge what it is, and then we can just kind of pull a little down this way, pull a little this way,
And then I'll do the bottom of the card and we'll set the difference.
yeah,
Or I'll just cover the top up again. You ready?
yeah.
How do you want to do it? You want to just
Cover the top of this.
Okay, you ready?
So we're going to go like it did last
Oh,
time.
no, lift it, lift it, lift it. If you could get it up a little bit. Lift. Knowing where we're lacking, I'll just fill it.
Yeah.
Then I cover the side. Now the other side, if I could get it, same thing. Okay, we're good there.
I think it's
There.
good, actually.
Ready?
Me and Tommy are going to finish this up, guys, and we'll come back to you in a minute when it's all sealed up. This is all done now. We pressed it down. We had stuff underneath it. We pressed it down. We put more stuff on top of it, kind of like we did this one and the patch down there on the side. So this thing should be seaworthy tomorrow. I'll put the bungs in it tomorrow, and then we'll put her back in the lake back there. If I can paddle around for like 30 minutes and the thing not take on much water, and it kind of only takes on like maybe a little bit, maybe like a gallon each side, then I think that's a win. We should be able to take it and put it in a big lake in the front. We're gonna let this thing sit overnight. I put not trash all over it because if you leave it out here in the back like this, somebody's probably gonna try to take it. Back here, this is where the rudder used to be back here. So what I might do is I might try to put another epoxy with this stuff, another block of wood or something right there. And then we'll try to drill a hole through it and then be able to put the rudder or something back there. Or I was thinking of just drilling a hole right here, putting like the rudder mount right there, and then just having the rudder come all the way back and just steering like that. It's all set for tonight, guys. That's about it for this little bit. We're gonna go ahead and finish it up tomorrow, put it in the water, see how it floats and stuff like that. And then this video will be out for you guys tomorrow. Yeah, the Miata stuff we'll do probably, might do some stuff tomorrow, or I might try to figure something else out. I got a friend down here from Connecticut, so I don't really have a whole lot of time tomorrow trying to do stuff with them. But yeah, guys, Miata stuff soon, more boat stuff. When's this thing you can float it around? I mean, maybe I'm just gonna have to take it and just bring it to places and see where I could get kicked out. Where do you think we get kicked out with this thing?
Everywhere.
You think so?
I think we'll be fine everywhere. You know why? Because everybody's gonna say, oh, they're just paddling around. No one will think nothing of it.
Exactly, because it doesn't have a motor. Once you put a motor on something down here, guys, you can't put it in like little ponds or little lakes like this, because the town doesn't really want you to, because you vent exhaust fumes into the water, which is bad for the fish and all that. But if you get a trolling motor, which is an electric one, you might be okay with that. What do you think about the trolling motor, though?
I thought that was a good catch. I think trolling motor would be good. An electric motor,
Yeah.
I think we'll be fine.
So little things that we could do, guys. We might even, if we put a motor on this thing, we might even take the paddle out and just put a cooler there. Who knows? We're just gonna keep working on this thing, guys. It'll be morning when we finish up the video, so let's just wait till tomorrow.